Hello and welcome back to Steam Workshop. My name is Mark and I'm the engineer responsible for the restoration of Effie for the Cleethorpes Coastline Railway. And here's what I've been up to this week. So at the end of last week we had all of the valve gear was actually assembled on the locomotive. It has now been taken off for rebushing. So I've added new oil light bearings to the ends of the linkages. So I've got the reverser linkage, I've got the lifter links, one of which had to be shortened because they were different lengths. Now they are the same length, brand new bearings. I've got the swing links, new bearings, and I've also got some brand spanking new silver steel to be making new pins out of, which then will be getting hardened. So brand new hardened pins on brand new bearing surfaces. All of this valve gear here should be nice and tight. Now over to the chassis, we have the cranks. So these are the valve cranks. We have the original casting here has been machined out to accept an off-the-shelf oil light bearing. There's also an oil light bearing on the inside, so there's two oil light bearings. The shaft itself, which goes through, has been machined to a little bit of a smaller size to accept the off-the-shelf bearing, and a brand new taper pin has been added here. It just needs the ends trimming prior to final fit up, but now that return is lovely and smooth. On the other end of the crank, again, brand new bearings. Just got to make a pair of pins to sort that bit out. This week I've had one of the lads, Paul, strip all the paint off the wheel sets for me. Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, he's done a cracking job of clearing the paint off, so they're ready for paint. But prior to paint, I will be tackling the pin journals on both the axles because they are showing signs of wear. So I will be getting those machined up nice and smooth prior to making brand new bearings for the connecting rods and the coupling rods. So over here in between the wheel sets, we have the brake rigging. So the wooden blocks have been cleaned and I've given them a good couple of coats of boiled linseed oil just to get them nice. I'm going to polish them. I'm just going to sand a little bit of the face there. I avoided putting oil on the faces, but boiled linseed oil on the external faces to hopefully protect that wood. On this side, I still got to address, there's a little bit of end float on these bearings here, so they need a little bit of a tackling. But I've cleaned up the welds, ready for paint on that part. And in a bit of a roundup to my week's activities, I've been cleaning up the parts that are attached to the cylinders. So I've got the front and rear cylinder covers, the gland for the piston rod, got the crossheads, the slide bars, all cleaned up, valve chests, valve faces, valve rods have all been cleaned up, and just formulating a battle plan on how to attack the wear areas on all of these components. I will be drafting in one of the other guys from the workshop to assist, but there's quite a lot of wear on the valve faces and the cylinders which need tackling. And then to kind of finish off the week, I've been cleaning nuts and bolts. So all the nuts and bolts off the locomotive, I've had them all in a caustic traffic film remover to remove all the grease, and then I've wire wheeled them to bring them up to this sort of standard. So getting them all nice and clean, ready to go back onto the locomotive. And that pretty much wraps up this week here at Steam Workshop. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.